league.
Maybe it's a blessing in disguise for them. Another chance for Finidi George to clinch the title.
It caused questions about the integrity of our league. It caused a lot of questions about the state of our league. When we started, we saw how they were beaten in Ogun State by Sundowns in that first leg, and of course where they also suffered away from home. So it's not the best. You see the league champions suffer heavy defeat, and the team who finished second, who were thanking God for playing in the group stage of this year's CAF Champions League, they also got beaten.
All right. In the other game, in Rivers United Group, Power Dynamos beat RS Bakin 2-0. In other groups as well, MC Algiers beat Al Hilal 2-1, while GS Kabylie and Al Ahly played out a barren draw. Stade Malien defeated AS Tunis 1-0. As we mentioned, Rivers United were thumped at home by Pyramid FC 4-1. Let's quickly join John Wilkinson at the BBC Sports Centre for some update in the English Premier League. Do stay with us.
Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm John Wilkinson at the BBC Sports Centre. Manchester City are 6 points behind Arsenal in the Premier League title race after a late comeback 2-1 win at Liverpool. Bernardo Silva equalised in the 84th minute and Erling Haaland converted a 93rd minute penalty. There was still time for the City goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma to keep out Alexis McAllister. And the match at Anfield then ended in confusing scenes, with Liverpool's goalscorer Dominic Szoboszlai sent off and a third City goal ruled out. Here's Pep Guardiola, whose City side are still in the title race.
First half was really good. We missed a little bit last pass, last action, a little bit more composure. And the second half we knew it. I will press the momentum for Anfield. Liverpool always like that. And after that we were so passive. Szoboszlai make a copy-paste, a goal against Arsenal. What a strike. And after that, being lead for our captain Bernardo, we could come back.
And here's Liverpool's Arne Slot following a run of just one win now in 7 Premier League games.
You cannot compare this game with 3 or 4 months ago. We've improved so much, but you don't only want to improve in performance, you also want to improve in results. And then you can say, going from 3-0 to 2-1 loss is an improvement, but it's still a loss. And so many times this year we haven't got what, in my opinion, we deserved. And today was another game to add to that.
Crystal Palace ended a run of 9 games without a win, taking a 1-0 victory away to Brighton. Ismail Assar's 10th goal of the season separated the two sides in a game low on quality. The Palace boss, Oliver Glasner, says it was a relief to get 3 points again at last.
We were defending so well as a team and then always having our momentums to score maybe the second. But it's important. Clean sheet, winning after, months of not winning, and then especially an away game here against Brighton, where we know it means so much for our fans. Great Sunday afternoon.
And for more football news from the BBC, go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Right, many thanks, John Wilkinson, for that update from the English Premier League. And Peter, the big one, pick of the bunch, was last night's action at the Anfield Stadium, where Man City came from behind to beat Liverpool 2-1 to put pressure on Arsenal. But the headline for me was the closing moment of that game. Red card for Dominic Szoboszlai. Man City thought they got a third goal. It was ruled out by VAR. What do you make of that decision?
Just imagine the game was 1-1 at that point in time.
Yeah.
And that happened. We probably will be saying
something else, definitely.
But for Pep and for Erling Haaland and for the rest of City's team, they don't care. 2-1, 3-1. All they needed last night was maximum point, and that they got. I also watched the interview by the captain of the side talking about what's his name now? The Manchester City
the City captain.
Yeah, I probably remember his name. That's the way this thing does skip your mind. Yesterday was talking about how that win was crucial.
Yeah.
If they had lost that game last night at Anfield, probably they would have said goodbye to the league to Arsenal Football Club. But I love what happened last night. Some Arsenal fans might not like it. I love it because 6 points is still close.
Bernardo Silva. That's
the name. Thank you so much, Tala.
Yeah.
I want to see a league. I've always said this so many times. I like photo finish. I like when you get this thing, get to 3-2 games before we wrap up the league. So for me, it was a big win for Pep and a bold statement. Now it goes to the catch me if you can again for every one of them. But the bad thing is that Liverpool, again, they're out of it in terms of where they want to be. You heard from the BBC. 1 win in 7 games. The pressure is back now on Arne Slot.
And what do you say about Michael Carrick? 4 wins in 4 for him. 3 of those wins coming from the so-called Big Six. Spurs at the weekend, Man City first time out, and then Arsenal at the Emirates. Things are working for him right now.
It is working perfectly. I said yesterday about talking about the Liverpool game. They will be happy to see Liverpool not getting those wins yesterday, and of course not getting wins in the last few games. For Michael Carrick, the noise again is give him the job permanently. Hold on, slow it down. Let's see what happens. Because I've seen this happen so many times. When you had Will Van Nistelrooy in charge of United, they said give him the job on a permanent basis. They said no, we're not going to do that. We'll go to a different manager to help them get the job done. So for Michael Carrick, calm down everyone. Let's see what happens. United won. The thing they're looking for, firstly, Toba, is for them to secure a Champions League place. Then the discussion around leave him for him to take charge for the next 1 or 2 years will come to play. But for now, they're enjoying that moment. Let them be on this cloud 7. Or is it cloud 9 now?
Cloud 9.
Let them enjoy it.
Okay, quick one. Before we leave England, Peter, very quickly, maybe in 30 seconds. Liam Rosino, he has not lost a league game since he took over Chelsea. The only loss came against Arsenal. And that was in EFL Cup. He also got another win yesterday, this time away from home at Wolves, with OLORUNTOBA registering 1 goal for Wolves in that game.
Well, for him, again, it's just like Michael Carrick also playing us here. Allow him to do his job. But the good thing for him is that he's not in charge for the interim. He's in charge for a long time. So his job is going well. And of course, that performance against Napoli, don't forget, the Champions League also was one again you didn't have to the equation. I understand you're talking about the league, but the one in Naples where they won also
was incredible.
Was a big statement because that gave Chelsea the needed result for them to avoid any team in the playoff. We'll be having the playoff very soon in the UEFA Champions. So for Chelsea, everything is going on right. Again, the same thing I said about Manchester United, let the boy keep the job going and see what it takes Chelsea. The Champions League is still there for them to grab. They still have the FA Cup. I know the FA Cup is out of it. The league also might not be in their hands, but let's see what happens to Chelsea in the FA Cup and of course in the Champions League.
All right, let's quickly go to Spain, where Kylian Mbappe scored his 30th goal of the season as Real Madrid claimed the 7th straight victory in the Spanish La Liga to cut the gap to league leaders to just 1 point in that one. Peter.
Kylian Mbappe has scored 40+ goals now for Real Madrid side, and again over the weekend last night, almost the last kick at Mestalla against Valencia, where they won by 2-0. 1 point behind league leaders Barcelona Football Club. For Kylian Mbappe, it looks like he's the one carrying the team right now as we speak. For Vinicius Jr., didn't play the game yesterday, was out suspended. And so for Kylian Mbappe, keeps scoring the goals. But what Real need now is for them to win the Champions League or the La Liga. But for him, it's just a personal honor for now. And we'll wait to see where Arbeloa will take them at the end of the season.
Right. Quickly, before we go, let's touch on the results in this Italian Serie A. 5-0 victory for Inter Milan away at Sassuolo. 2-2 draw between Juventus and Lazio yesterday. 3-3 draw as well. A 6-goal thriller between Genoa and Napoli. I wonder what Antonio Conte wants to do this season. Although it's like 9 points behind leaders Inter now. Things are lining for Inter Milan at the moment, cementing their place at the summit of the Serie A.
I never saw this coming with Christian Schivo. Start of the season wasn't looking good for him. The Club World Cup we saw in the US wasn't good for Inter Milan, and so I began to put question around the future of the Romanian head coach of Inter Milan, but he has done pretty well. Looks like this one is going to San Siro, not to AC, but I think to Inter Milan. But take nothing away from AC Milan. They are not distracted with Champions League football. They are playing their games. They are getting the results. So for me, I think we might be seeing champagne football back to San Siro for Inter Milan and for AC. The Cup one, the black and red, the other one the blue and black. No, one is called the red and black. The other one is called the blue and black. They have one thing in common, that's black.
All right, we have rarely talked about the French League on, but Ousmane Dembele scored twice as Paris Saint-Germain trashed their rivals.
That was the biggest game. That was the biggest
5-0
game. Yeah, that was
yesterday.
the biggest game in France last night. So quickly. To impact the Prince, Paris Saint-Germain said, you know what, we held nothing back in this one. We're going to destroy Roberto De Zerbi's Olympic Marseille. And that they did. First half, 2 goals from Dembele. Second half, he thought that Marseille would come back fighting. They didn't come back fighting, but rather Paris Saint-Germain went forward to score 3 more goals to say we want to stay top of the league. But Lens also got a win. So it's going to be a 2-man race between Paris Saint-Germain and Lens.
All right, in this Super Bowl, Seattle Seahawks produced a devastating defensive display to beat New England Patriots and claim their 2nd Super Bowl victory. And they were about how many Nigerians? I know
I saw
Uchenna. I saw about 5 of them actually. About 5 of them in action for either side in that one. And the highlight, of course, was Trump's reaction to with Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime performance, saying it was terrible.
It's weird. It's weird. But on the flip side, Obama said that was a good one for them. But Super Bowl always come with its own in terms of the paparazzi,
the advertising side, the entertainment side.
And for someone like me who thought by 12 midnight I'll be able to wake up to watch, I could not.
All right, thank you so much for being a part of Scoreboard in 15 this morning. Don't forget to join our sports crew later in the afternoon at 3:30 on Scoreboard Reloaded. Thank you, Peter, for doing this with me. My name is OLORUNTOBA Yusuf. And